Last year and the year before, you'll recall that I told you that our wholesale power contract was going to run out in the end of this year, and that 2009 would usher in a rate increase, and that unfortunately will hold true. To look at my notes here is pretty much worthless, so I'm going to kind of roll along here and you just follow with me if you would. We have a new 3-year wholesale power contract from Prairie Power, which is, as you've heard, our supplier for our wholesale energy. And the new contract is higher in this 3-year gap period that we need before the new coal-fired plant, Unit 1, comes online, which is anticipated to come on in the summer of 2011. And we hope that to be coming on hopefully before summer. And Bob Harper, our CEO of Prairie Power, is working very hard to goose them along to make sure that that plant does come online. And it is ahead of schedule, and it's doing real good. If you get down to Washington County, I encourage you to drive by. And you're not going to get to go walk around, but you can drive by and see that there's many, many yards of pilings and concrete that are in the ground before long will start rising up. I could not have imagined a year ago when I told you that we were going to have increases that diesel fuel would be $4.89 a gallon. That it's just phenomenal. There's been huge increases in our poles that we use, conductor, and see, I'm trying to warm you up for the increase because you know it's coming. Last summer, you all read the newspapers. Ameren raised their rates 60, sometimes 150% if you were an all-electric customer. This year they filed for another 30%, making their facility charge about $32. I expect that you don't want to really hear something like that from me, and I don't plan to pass that on. So, the charge on the facility charge, that is the money that we gather on the bill. One of the line items. There's lots of different line items on the bill that you still don't see. Transmission charges, and some things are still bundled in the bill. They're not broke out into 13 or 14 pieces. Facility charge is the cost of poles, wire, transformers, trucks, people, everything it takes to deliver the electrons to your home. And that's an important part. You heard Dwayne make a comment earlier that in 1938 it was $3. Right now it's 22. What I'm proposing is, in our new plan, is that we're going to raise that by $7 to 29. That's $4.89 a gallon for diesel. Metals are going way up. And I should have done the math. I'd like to know what $3 would be today in 1938 dollars, because I would contend that it would be well more than $29. The energy charge. Like I said, this is the first time that we have raised the energy charge in 16 years. 1992 was the last time that we adjusted the facility charge. And I'm not going to recommend 60 or 30%, but I am going to recommend, based on the studies that we're doing, and it's not final yet, but I would tell you right now, I'm confident that it's going to be between 10 and 15%. So now, if you want to hang me, you're just going to have to, because wholesale power costs we can't eat. But I suspect that that'll take us a good ways down the road, well beyond when that coal plant comes online. And so that's 2012 and beyond. I'd like to think that we could go 16 years again, but I have some comments to make coming that make me worry a little bit about that. As you've heard, we are part owner of the Prairie Power Energy Campus in Washington County, Illinois, east of St. Louis. And through those purchases that we've made, we've helped to secure our energy future for the next 40 years. long past the time I've been here, and the rest of us up here will be gone. And many of you will be, but we've secured the energy future for this cooperative. And the rates forecasted now for when that campus comes on, and when Unit 1 and 2 come on, are forecasted to be actually lower than what we're going to see for the next 3 years. So from that standpoint, I think with the help of Prairie Power, I think we've made some wise decisions. Your board has supported the recommendations. They don't take these things lightly. $65 million of investments that we're making over the years to secure all of our energy futures. But I caution you about the alternatives of being in the market. You don't want to be there. It's an ugly place to be. And since you know I'm not reading, a lot of this is just coming off the cuff, but I want you to hear what I'm thinking. Your co-op's not for profit. We don't have investors. We don't have dividends to pay. And there really isn't any reason for us to make additional margin beyond what it takes to deliver the energy to you in a safe, reliable, and economical fashion. And no one likes to see increases, and it's my hope that you recognize that what we're doing to keep things safe, economical, and reliable, not just now, but in the future for your children and your grandchildren. Once the rate studies are done and the cost of service study is done to make sure that we're doing things equitably across the different classes of membership, be it residential, small commercial, large commercial, those. We will present with you final recommendations. They will be within the tolerances that I told you. I'm not going to come back and say, oh, guess what, it's 60%. Those won't come until after I make the presentation to the board. Once the studies are completed, our staff has a chance to analyze the data, and I think that'll come within the next couple of months.